Hi everybody, Cheaply Chic, welcome back to my channel, and for those of you who are new or visiting from Etsy, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Today I am sharing with you all of the contents to the April Timeless collection. I'm very excited, and you can see that I have a pile of a few journals here, and that's because there is a little bit of variety and things that will be different in this month's collection because of some things that happened along the way creating the journals. So I'm very excited to share a flip through of the journals with you, as well as the items in the kit that can be used to correspond with the journals. For those of you who are new to my channel, I create monthly journal collections, and these are unique in the fact that you will receive a journal, which is a traveler's notebook size. These measure 8.5 inches tall by roughly about 4.5 inches wide. They do fit inside of a Webster's Pages Traveler's Notebook. That is what I personally use. And just grabbing mine off the shelf here, this is my March Traveler's Notebook setup, and I usually have it bound in there just fine, and they fit very well. I don't know about other Traveler's Notebooks because I don't really use any other than the Webster's Pages, because I have quite a few of those. So they do fit inside of that. Each journal has 30 blank pages, so the idea is that you can use it in a month's time. And then it comes along with a kit of items that kind of match the theme of the journal. So it makes it a lot easier for you if you don't have a big collection of items, if you're working on building a collection, or you're new to junk journaling or crafting in general. It's been a lot of fun. We also have a Facebook group that is new. I'm going to share that right away while it's on my mind. The link will be in the description box down below, and we're already having fun over there. So many lovely ladies are already sharing some images and photos of things that they have done in the monthly kits as well. And I think that is so much fun because it just spurs on the creativity, and then you guys are getting to see more than just the things that I do in my journals. So I am loving that. If you want to be part of that Facebook group, please check out the link down below. And yeah, come join us. It's a lot of fun. So I'm going to start today by talking about the journals. So I'm showing you 3 journals here because there is a variety of journals, and that is for a couple different reasons. Number one, the vintage bark cloth fabric on the covers has a lot of variety in it, but it is all amazing. I love every single one of them. So I just brought them all up here for an idea of what you might receive. This one has a lot of the greens in it, and this is an old bark cloth fabric. It is beautiful. This one has a little bit of yellow and some browns in here. And then this one, a couple little daisies on a stem. So they are all different portions of this fabric, and I wanted you to see, but it's all obviously very uniform. It comes from the same fabric. The other difference that happened was my paper order. I had an issue with my paper order. They messed it up, sent me the wrong thing, and by the time I had gotten back to them, it was just going to be impossible for me to receive it in time. So what we did is we used 2 different papers from the same collection. So one of them has this floral print, one of them has this beautiful butterfly print. It will be a surprise as to which paper you receive on your journal, but they're both gorgeous. This one has a gray interior, and then this flower print has this ivory white interior. So lovely papers. And then here on the cover, this part is the same. There's this vintage fabric that's creating this ruffle here at the top, an old piece of a crocheted doily here, a rested safety pin. I rested all of those myself. That was a lot of fun. It's the first time I've done that. And then wrapping around the cover, the main bottom layer of the cover is this coffee dyed linen. And it's all torn and rugged, which is what I love to do. Then there's this vintage, I want to call it like a burlap style fabric, but it isn't. I'm not sure what that's called, but there's a band of that running along the ruffle and across the back, and then another band of this vintage fabric down here, which I've layered with the Timeless title. So there's lots of stitching and lots of fun layering on here, and I am in love with this. So they're all very similar here. you can see. It's just those couple of differences. So I wanted to point that out before we got started. Each journal is going to come wrapped in some crinkled coffee dyed seam binding. And like I mentioned, and most of you already know, there are 30 blank mixed pages in each journal. Again, so you can decorate them and fill them in however you choose. So the main cover has a bunch of machine stitching. This is all the stitching that I've done on the cover. There's some tea-dyed paper here in the front. There is some notebook paper that has this like prepared by project title stamp on here. More tea-dyed paper. Half of a sheet of ledger paper. Tea-dyed paper. Half of my heart dyed paper. There's a book page out of an old dictionary. This is a flip out page and it's in old music sheet paper. More tea-dyed paper. A full sheet of ledger paper. This time around I used this vintage print. This is just a vintage print of this old newsprint paper bag. These are a lot of fun. Some yellow notebook paper, tea-dyed paper, graph paper, more tea-dyed paper. Then we've reached the center of the signature. I always leave these strings just a little bit longer so that the person working in the journal can cut them to the size they desire. So that's why that's always hanging out of there. Tea-dyed paper, then we're working backwards. Graph paper, more dyed paper, the yellow notebook paper, the back side of that bag, which is made into a pocket, ledger paper, tea-dyed paper, music paper, the old dictionary book page, another half sheet of that heart paper, tea-dyed paper, half a sheet of ledger paper. And I will say right now, for those of you watching, I have seen Crystal, Happy to Plan here. She does a lot in my journals and I love her, love her. Sometimes she doesn't like things, like she doesn't like the graph paper. She rips it out. Totally fine, totally okay. And in fact, that kind of opens up the box a little bit. We don't have to stay in a box with the journals. We can add pages to it. We can take pages out of it. In fact, you guys, cut the strings out of it if you want. If you want to redo the inside of the cover, if you want to rearrange the pages, cut it out, restring it. Always an option too. Another thing Crystal will do is glue down these half sheets and make pockets. Another great idea. Anyway, I just felt like putting that out there. So another tea-dyed paper. This is a flip out of that white notebook paper, tea-dyed paper, and the back cover of the journal. So this is the journal for the April Timeless collection. And now getting into the kit. This was so much fun to put together, and I want to start by saying the main pages for this kit are a little different this time. I wanted to include vintage ephemera. Obviously, that's very hard to do with a huge number of kits to find vintage ephemera. I do have some items, but one of the main items that will be included in this collection is a digital kit. If you want to see that digital kit, it is up in my shop right now. But when you purchase this collection, you are going to receive a coupon code for a free download of one of my 2 ephemera packs. If you want to go look at it, it is called Ephemera Pack 1, and it has this gorgeous couple in it. You'll see them in the thumbnail. There's like 12 to 14 printable items that are in that kit. I shared them yesterday, so I won't share them again, but you can get a look at that digital kit over in my shop. So that will be included in this collection, and then getting into the other pages that are in here. If you saw yesterday's video, I shared this old ledger paper. I'm not sure when this was made, but it says it was revised in 1973, so that's a lot of fun. This is a very large sheet of paper, so it had to be folded, but it's for individual earnings record. So it's just a lot of fun, and you can do so much with that paper. There is also a very old piece of notebook paper. This is yellowed naturally, not tea-dyed. It's very old, you guys, so I thought that was so much fun. And I really tried to work a lot of office-style papers into this collection. I just thought that would be fun to do this time. There's a vintage yearbook page. This one looks like this. They are all different. You could receive anything, but they all do at least have a picture on it. These yearbooks that I used came from the late 40s, 1940s. So that is just so much fun, and it's from a local high school of mine, so lots of fun. I was told that these airmail envelopes are vintage. I don't know what that means exactly, what year they come from, but there is an old airmail envelope, and I didn't take the time to see, but I think it fits right inside the book. It is a little big, pokes out a little bit, but for the most part it fits inside the book. You could cut this up and do so many things with that. There are 2 6x6 scrapbook pieces of paper. This matches the collection that the covers were made out of. So this is by Kaiser Craft. They're double-sided. There's this really pretty lacy pattern on the back of this one, and then just a collage of different vintage images. And then this is the other one. It just has some script font on there, and then this really fun, funky pattern here on the back. And then this is the main bag in the kit. This is a lot larger than normal, so you can't see all of those fun things poking out of there, but that's okay. It's fun to mix it up sometimes. So all of the paper clips in this collection have been rusted. I thought that would be fun just to give them a little bit of a different look with the whole vintage theme. There is a white paper doily on the front, and then all of the goodies that are in this sack. First, let me show you the sack. This is one of those reproduction prints of an old newspaper ad type thing. I just thought it was a lot of fun. I used it in the journal, of course, and then you could cut this up and use it however you want in your book. And then all of the items that are in here. Pull this out. There is a vintage paper coaster. This is an old cup coaster from the Bedford Springs Hotel in Bedford, Pennsylvania. It is old, and I love that image of that couple on there. I think that's very fitting. There's also a library card and pocket. I love including these, and I love using them in the front of my journals, so that is in the kit. There is one guest check. There is a blank postcard, and they are all blank so that you can use them as you would see fit in your journaling, but they're all travel postcards. They're all pretty old, like dating from the 40s and 50s, but they're all on different locations here in the United States. So these are a lot of fun. They all vary, they're all different, so it will be a surprise as to which one you receive. There are 2 manila tags. One of them is blank, so you can use it as you see fit, and then this one I've hand stamped a clock with some broken hands. The collection is called Timeless, so I definitely wanted to include something with a clock on here. I love the fact that this clock is timeless because the hands aren't on them, they're up in the corner. So I love that. That is one of the tags in the kit. There are 2 inventory type tags here. This one, I love using these with the tag numbers, so that's here. And then this one that has like a carbon copy area here on the tag. There's a coat check tag. I absolutely love these as well. There's a strip of 4 white tickets. These are some old computer labels that I have, probably dating from the 80s or 90s. You will receive 6 blank sticky white computer labels. There's an old library card catalog card. All of them are different, but they are all old. This one, I'm not quite certain the dates of the cards or where they came from, but yeah, they're just a lot of fun. So you'll receive one of those in your kits. And then, like usual, there is a tag made out of the book paper that will also be included in the kit. So that is the main paper bag there. Here's the 3-inch wide glassine bag, again with a rusted paper clip, a white claim check. And then if we get into here, I can show you the items that are in here. So you have the white glassine bag, which I love. I have these old jukebox labels. I was really hoping for some older songs, but I didn't get older songs. They're all kind of from the 80s, maybe the 90s, but I thought it was fun to have an old jukebox style label. I don't know these songs personally, but those are a lot of fun. There's a lot you could do with that. There are 2 price tags. There are 5 older style buttons. Like usual, there are some punch outs in here. I love using these little flags in my book. So there are 3 punched out from the paper collection. There are a few of these 1.5-inch scallop circles. There are 4 paper hearts. Like usual, I enjoy adding these to the center strings of my signature, so those are in there if you would like to do that as well. And then last but not least, there is this vintage UK bus ticket. I thought these were so much fun. It's so much smaller than I realized it was going to be. I would say it's a little over an inch each direction, but these are old bus tickets from the UK. So I thought they were quite fun. Then there's the fiber pack. This time, instead of the gold paper clips I usually use, again, they're all rusted. So there's a couple rusty paper clips in there. It's attached with a larger paper clip. And then the fibers are darker colors this time. I really wanted it to feel old school. And yeah, I think it's a lot of fun. So there's some blacks, a little bit of tan, and some white, some gray in there. Very pretty and would be great added to the tops of our tags or onto our paper clips. And then last but not least is the little beaded bookmark. Every collection comes with a bookmark, and this one looks like this. It has these golds and these browns. And then let's just get an idea for how it looks in the journal. I got strings hanging off this book. But yeah, really pretty. So these aren't really that functional. They just look great on the shelf when you have all of your journals next to each other. So that is the April Timeless collection, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed looking at it and flipping through it with me. It was a lot of fun to put together. I've been really excited to put together a vintage style collection, and I'm glad that I was finally able to get enough things together to pull it off. So I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, the links to my Etsy shop will be down below. Don't forget, you will also be receiving a coupon code for a free digital kit with some vintage receipts and scans and images that you can use in your journaling this month too. So I thought that was a lot of fun. Here's an example of one of the JPEGs I printed out. They're from the late 1800s. Most of them are from like 1885. There are a few from like 1901, but lots of fun there. Let's see what else. Oh, another thing I should mention in this video, I mentioned it in the last one, but Yolady, for those of you who are friends of my channel, I have a friend named Yolady. She has a channel here on YouTube as well. She is including a goodie bag in this month's collection. She has done this numerous times before. Many of you know and have received her adorable little packages she puts together. She was not able, she's having some issues herself, and she was not able to mail those out until today. I wanted to still release the kit today because I know that so many of you like to use this as a monthly devotional and that you want to get it ASAP, and that I'm already a little late on releasing this for the beginning of the month. So if you do not want to wait for Yolady's package to show up with her little freebie that she includes, just let me know in your Etsy order or shoot me an email or whatever. Get a hold of me. There are multiple ways to get a hold of me, and let me know that you don't want to wait for that and that I need to ship out your package right away, because I don't have a problem with that. Otherwise, if I don't hear from you, I will wait for Yolady's package, which takes 3 days from Florida to get to where I'm at in Indiana. So it will be the middle of next week before I begin shipping out orders. I'm going to work really hard and get everything ready and everything together. And then after I receive her package, which will be Tuesday or Wednesday at the latest, I would guess, I will ship out right away. So if waiting a few days is a problem for you, please message me and let me know, and I will not wait. I will ship out your package right away. Otherwise, oh, and the other news is, like usual, if you purchase this collection within the first 24 hours of the release, you will receive a free goodie bag with some fun extra journaling items that you can use in your kit as well, or throw in your stash and save for later. I always like to give a thank you for those of you who support me and support my collections and all of that. I'm so thankful and grateful. The fact that I can do what I love and just enjoy all of this along with all of you. You make it possible for me, and I just appreciate you all so much. So those goodie bags will definitely be included in your kit if you purchase this collection within the first 24 hours. Don't forget about the Facebook group if you guys are interested in checking that out. The link will be down below as well. And otherwise, I think that's it. I think I've shared everything I have to share. No, one more thing. For those of you who don't know, there is also a second digital kit collection of vintage receipts and items that will be available for purchase in my shop. but I mentioned that in the extras video, so that's it. That's all I have to share. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one. Love you guys. Bye.